Do you hear the sound of my footsteps, says the living God, walking, moving among the earth at this time? And yet you have stood in the place of the spirits of agreement with me, declaring, let the lion roar. Do you really understand what you have added your decree and agreement with? For I say, look about the earth. You will see the manifestation of my roaring as protests are arising, and the sound of roaring is, we want our freedoms. This is not just human resistance, but this is a prophetic sound of the Lion of Judah and my roar, reforming and reviving the nations. Why do you think the nation of the Lion, United Kingdom, stood and said, we've had enough of the narratives, the lies, the mandates, the decrees? God says they were the one to arise because the Lion of Judah has been roaring loudly through the nations, and you're seeing it as with United Kingdom. But now pay attention, for as the days when Nebuchadnezzar demanded decrees that those who are of his kingdom must bow. And this has been the same spirit and mentality among leaders, demanding of their people to steal their freedoms, to dictate to them what they must do, as Nebuchadnezzar. But as the fire was turned up hotter, even 7 times hotter, yet there were 3. I said there were 3, says the Spirit of God. They were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they would not bow to the decree and to the mandates, and it brought a breaking of the spirits of darkness who were using government to afflict man. I speak this to you so that you may understand that this is not just a story, but this is happening once again as the lion is roaring. Therefore, as there was a Shadrach, and there was a Meshach, and there was a Abednego who did not bow, there are 3 nations that shall arise at this time that shall break the mandates and break the powers of darkness in the earth. Listen closely. Keep your eyes upon the sound of the Lion of Canada. Pay attention to the sound of the Lion of Judah that shall roar through protests in Australia. And pay attention to the sound of the Lion of Judah in you, United States. And it shall be Canada, United States, and Australia that shall arise in their numbers and in their protest things that shall break a decree and a sound that has touched this globe. Oh yeah, there will be other nations that will arise. God says pay attention, because in Australia, in Canada, and in the United States, your resistance to bow and your standing up shall release a change of leadership and those who rule. That you will never face this fire of affliction again. And those who cooperated shall be like Nebuchadnezzar, where they will be seen in the craziness and the foolishness of their deeds as he who ate grass. Come on.
The sound of his footsteps coming from the heavens. The sound of the armies rising in the land. The sound of his footsteps coming from the heavens. The sound of the armies rising in the land. The sound of his footsteps coming from the heavens. The sound of the armies rising in the land. The sound of his footsteps coming from the heavens. The sound of the armies rising in the land.
Hallelujah. I mean, God has got a sense of humor, but listen to me, those of you in Australia. God is raising up a Shelah and raising up a mate. There is a husband and wife that shall, and they've already been chosen of God, selected of God, and they've been appointed by God, that shall rise up out of the midst of your fire and shall bring you, Australia, from upside down to right side up, back in order. It's coming. Therefore, do not back down, do not bow. Stand, and you will see the salvation of God, and God introducing something. It's almost like a parental spirit that's coming because of what they've done to you and to the children of your nation.